yesterday, after I washed my hair, I retied all of how to do this. I retied all of my short perimeter and kept my top. I haven't even started on it yet. So it only takes me about 2 hours to do this part of my hair, and then here I give myself about an hour, so it takes 3 hours for me to retie my hair. And what I mean by that is that my roots are interlocked. I use a 2 to 3 point interlock, meaning I'll go in 2 different directions or I go in 3 different directions. It just all depends on how it feels. It gives my hair that coily, because my hair is naturally coily, so it gives my locks that coily look. I can comb them out, however I doubt it if I ever will. As you can see, like, my hair is actually longer than it is. So I deal with shrinkage, and so I use all of those things that I know that I've gained knowledge wise and working with my hair over 14 plus years. I use it to my advantage to create style in my hair. So I love style, or having a particular style over length than anything. So so tapered is I'm considered the tapered queen on YouTube anyway, but my hair is in a tapered cut, so it has a slight, V faux hawk in the back. And this side is done too, just so you all know, like, all of my short hair is done. So the top is completely I have extensions in them to extend them. See, one just fell out, so I'm gonna have to reattach it, and it's probably one that needed to fall out. So, and then I need to add to these 3 extensions. So I'm showing you how I retie and how I'm going to reinforce them, because when they get wet, they can stretch, they can kind of fall out or slip, which is the word that's used the most often in the lock community when you're dealing with lock extensions. So sometimes they'll slip, and you guys witnessed a slip because this slipped. So I'm going to show you what tools that I use and how I'm going to make sure that everything is looking okay and isn't about to slip. So I have my little trusty little hair maintenance bag. This is where I have my latch hook needle and my interlocking needle for my Microlocs in here. So I put it in here so that I can be able to walk around with this and play in my hair. That's really what I do. I still have a lot of this hair left to add the extensions to the 3 that are here into whichever one that fell out. I have my small, like, bird scissors, embroidery scissors, wig scissors, lace wig scissors, whatever you want to call them, but I have those. I use these the most to cut my hair and maintain and keep the cute style that I have. And then I have this black cord tie that I got from the dollar store that's in my hair. I put it in there, as well as having one of these hair ties. And then I have interlocking tools. These are, or dreadlocking tools. I'm just saying what they possibly are called, but these are interlocking dread tools. So I have the single one and I have the double one. There is a 3.1 as well. They have little hooks on the end of them. Funny enough, I can use them to do lace wigs, to knot lace closures, but these are really just interlocking tools, and they have little hooks on them, and you're supposed to be able to pull them in and through to pull the hair through. You can turn it and do it because of the hooks on them. So I usually use the 1 point the most because my locks are micro locks, and depending on how much hair, if it's like a lot, I'll use this one, turn and change the direction of the tool that I'm using. So this is what I'm going to be using to make sure that the extensions are still intact. In the last video, or maybe earlier in this video, you saw how I wash my hair, and why I keep this part of it in a tie bun and wash, because of the extensions and possibly having to deal with slippage. So let's start off with this first one. About halfway done, or 75% done, but wanted to show you something, like how I fix this, other than just using, you know, one of these tools. What I'll do is I'll use my interlocking tool, and I'll try to take the end and poke a hole through the lock in the area where it's butted at, which is actually my hair. And I'll do that a few times to tighten it, to make sure that it won't move anywhere. And if it needs to be cut off, I'll cut it. And if not, I'll use the interlocking dreadlocking tool to further secure it. That's good enough. So I can feel where it actually started at a lot higher, but that's what I do, is instead of just using the dreadlocking tool, I'll interlock through the loop. I'll see if I can show you again. Like, see, there's a bud there. So usually I would just use the interlocking, the dreadlocking tool to do this. And, you know, kind of pull the hairs in. But for just extra security, I'm going to try and bring it in like this. So I'm just going through the lock above it and into it and pulling it through, looping it through. And see, this is how I know it's not gonna come out, because I'm pulling on it and it's not budging. So that's good. And then I use the interlocking tool to seam it together. Or the dreadlocking tool. So many names for it. Cool. I think that's the best I can do with this one. I don't want to cut it, but it's not going anywhere. Okay, and any hair that, like, there it is, and they both needed to be retied, so I'm going to do my usual 2-point rotation. Side and then down in the direction I want the hair to lay. The side again and down, and then sometimes I'll go this side and down until it's nice and tight.